This is the Claw 360 Black from GameMax, and as you can see, red color this time instead of flashy rainbow RGB. That's because I wanted to build a Sapphire Pulse themed build. Of course, this video is not sponsored by Sapphire, and well, I believe I managed to showcase it quite nicely thanks to the beautiful case itself. But is being beautiful enough for the GameMax Claw 360? Let's go into the details. Starting off with the design. The design elements, I think is nice. It is actually based on the claw itself from GameMax, and as you can see, it actually comes with 3 fans at the front, 3 120mm and 1 at the back, all with vertical lines, but the vertical lines does not actually match the alignment of the front panel's vertical decoration, so it's pretty much on that. And the beauty of it is that vertical lines is the theme, and the downside of it is that if you're using an AIO that is of, let's say, circular lighting, then there will be a mismatch. Fortunately, I'm using the GameMax Hailstorm 360mm AIO, and the fans for the AIO is exactly the same as the fans at the rear, so it's really of a good match. That aside, I like the other elements of this case. For example, the panels are over at this side, so it's nice. For example, you put the case next to you on your right side, you can access the panels nicely. Your cat will not be turning off the machine if they jump on it. And it has USB Type-C, yes, proper USB Type-C connection. It comes with a hub, and it comes with a remote control, though I must feedback that I did try to use remote control but it didn't actually work. Maybe there's some issue, but regardless, at least they provided remote control. I think we can fix that some other time. The hub wise, I only have one complaint, is that it does not have a memory of last state. For example, I get to toggle between the hub mode and the motherboard mode. Right now it's synced to the motherboard. However, if I off this machine and on again, it will go back to the hub mode, which I have to hold the reset button, and it will go back to the motherboard mode, which is this. So that's one minor issue over there. Yeah, so I talked about the features of the case and the design elements of the case. Now, another thing about the design of the case, it has a graphics card arm holder. No, graphics card support arm. Yes, that's the thing. Pretty much that. I guess that's all I want to say about this case and nice points about it, because there are quite a number of things that you need to note before purchasing this case. Speaking of purchase, I think I want to talk about the price first before I go into the rest of the details, right? So I saw in Malaysian market retail starting at about 259, which I think is reasonable considering you get hub, 4 nice fans, and yes, and some places I saw the clearance price 159. I'm surprised, really nice. So yeah, it's tempting, but you need to know a few things before you go get this case. Let's start from the top, literally from the top. It's the name has 360, it supports a 360mm AIO, but to install the AIO is challenging. This is not a case that you can just slot your AIO into the system just easily, you know. You have to remove the rear fan first, because there's no way you can install any AIO without removing the fan, because the AIO 360mm is the fan. Typically AIO has additional areas for the liquid flow, you know, for the radiator fins and all that. So it is longer than 360, so you have to remove the rear fans before you put the AIO in. And before you put the AIO, you have to put the motherboard. Some cases you can actually put the AIO first before motherboard. Of course, I prefer to put motherboard first, but this case in particular, you must put the motherboard first, because as you can see, the upper area is so limited. Once the AIO is installed, you will never be able to remove the RAM nor fiddle with any of the input points. the connection points because it is that low. And to make things worse, okay, there are cutouts at the back where you can cable manage, like the ARGB and the fan PWM cables. In this case, the Hailstorm here has a lot of cables, but due to the nature of it being low and little area width and the cutout being quite small, and the cutout, to make it worse, the cutout is actually blocked by the frame of the case. It took me a terribly long time just to get the cables through that. I got frustrated. I almost quit doing the cable management. That is how bad it is. And as for the rear, that's literally, after putting everything in, I decided not to spend much time managing the underside. As long as all the cables are there, it can close, that's good. I mean, it's just not worth my time and effort to do that part. So that's the issue with this case when it comes to installation. The AIO support, it supports, like I said, installation is a hassle, and then hassle to put the radiator on, and it's even more hassle, and it's actually towards the challenging side and annoying side actually, because the cables were all, it'll be hooked to the RAM, the heatsink and all that, just to get into this, get it through. And once I get it all through, it's okay. I'm just going to leave it there. What else? The case itself also has a bit of a shortcoming. Like, for example, when I was installing the motherboard, it is a micro ATX case, but for some reason, GameMax does not install the two stubs to support the micro ATX. Micro ATX is a standard size. It has holes there, and what I feel that is that they should actually install those stubs right on. And in fact, what I don't understand makers like this is that they are not the first offenders of this. Typically, a micro ATX motherboard, we're talking about actual micro ATX, not the budget micro ATX where it's narrower, 2 DIMMs. Maybe they're preparing for that. That's why they did not install those stubs, which I find it should not be that way, because if your micro ATX size case, I would like to see micro ATX case support all full spec micro ATX with the 3 stubs. In this case, there's 2 stubs holes, but the stubs are not installed, and the bottom one, there's no holes at all to install the stub. So this is basically a micro ATX case that seems to be supporting the smaller micro ATX more, the off-spec micro ATX, non-official size micro ATX, than a micro ATX. But that aside, that's pretty much what I have to say about this case. I mean, it looks, I find that it does look nice when you pair everything with the matching lines. Design wise, if you are going with any other design of AIO, if it's without RGB, I suppose it's alright, but once we have lights, imagine straight lines of the pre-installed fans against the circular, let's say semi-translucent white blade ARGB, or those with rings. It's gonna be a total mismatch. And to couple that, the installation matter to me is one thing that's kind of annoying when it comes to, let's say, if you need to troubleshoot anything. So maybe just go with a tower cooler for this. Oh, by the way, this is the hand drone footage. As always, Goldfry's case reviews has hand drone footage. I forgot to mention about that one earlier, so here it is. So whether this is a good case for you, I don't know. To me, it's I like the looks. I just did not like the process that I went through and the things I found about this case. Although once you complete the process, I guess it's all good. But maybe you're not a builder. You just want to purchase a system like this. I guess there's no issue as long as the shops, they set it up nicely for you. Power on, enjoy the beautiful case. So my take is that if you get this case, maybe consider this cooler, the Hailstorm, to match with it, and if not, just use a tower cooler. I'm just talking about the design aspect. If you do not mind the mismatch of colors and all that, that's totally fine. So overall, nice looking case. Do bear in mind that if you are to set up on your own, those are the things that you need to consider. Not to say that it's impossible, it's just that this is just telling you ahead the challenges you will have to face when you are setting up, and those are the things that you need to consider facing. Other than that, buying from a shop, absolutely no problem at all. So that's it for the GameMax Claw 360 BK, not Burger King, but just black color. Alright, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.